All right, so when we talk about zip system, what we're really talking about is our control layers. And with the integral membrane taped at the seams, sealed around penetrations, we're ready to handle air and water in terms of keeping water out and keeping air from going in and out. Now you see we haven't taped this bottom edge yet. That's a catalyst detail. We like to clean that off ourselves and get that all wrapped up. We use it as an inspection opportunity. But on most jobs, you'd see this already done. What we're talking about then is moving from our continuity of air control at this sill plate detail, which you can see all over our content and other Build Show contributors. Steve has a great detail for that we've utilized for years. Sealant under the plate, tape the face of this. Now we have air control and water can only go down and away. As we move up the panel then, obviously we're taping around corners, and in the field, if you have an overdriven nail, we want to seal that as well. But the gist of this system is that by utilizing the coating and the tape and the sealants as needed, you can actually create total continuity of water control. So any water that hits this surface can only drain down and away. The thing that usually trips people up is when they get to the top of the wall. If you're using this exterior panel for your air control, how do you transition that to the inside of the house? And that's where monopoly framing comes in. Monopoly framing, or perfect wall as it's also more commonly known, is typically where we talk about not having our roof structure extend out over our top plate, but keeping those rafters cut tight, sheathing up the wall to close those off, and then going over the top of that edge with your tape and taping the exterior roof sheathing to complete that air and water control. And I love that strategy. I think that's brilliant. We're a huge fan of making that simple connection of wall to roof, exterior air and water control. But by having that monopoly framed condition where the exterior sheathing on both the wall and roof are our air and water control, taping that seam, we invite a problem. Because if we went ahead in this market, we use a lot of composition shingle. If we went ahead and nailed to that roof sheathing, the first re-roof, we've compromised the entire air and water control strategy. We now have 60, 80,000 nail holes that are openings, and that's going to be a failure in the continuity of our system.